legelső része. Hát
Hello,
most,
sziasztok!
most nagyjából csak innen az elejétől fogom folytatni, mert előzőleg szarul vette fel a mentelist amúgy. A Streamlabs. Mi a gecit lövünk? Get, gyalogos. Hát basszony, most az kajakemény 1 órát bazd meg szarul streameltem le. Kurva anyját. Erőtárcsa. Ezt minek használjam az erőtárcsát?
What the fuck is this? Ja.
És azért tuti sákárőjére és rá fogok nézni a streamre, hogy beszél. Baszd meg! Ez azért ez durva van.
Lehet ezt a játékot kontrollerrel könnyebb lesz játszani.
Melyiket?
Hát a Final Fantasy 15. Át is váltok rá. Na. Most ki kell lépnem és be kell kapcsolni. Kontroller. Hozzá kell adnom a Steamhoz a kontrollert.
Demolition charges. The Geth must have planted them.
Hurry! We need to find them all and shut them down.
Hozzá van adva egyelőre. Az a neve, hogy Shark. Jó. Most indítom el a játékot. OBS-t is benyitom. ezt is. A Mandagórát szerintem majd újra kezdem.
Megy már a genyóba, hát mi páncél van azok?
Hát a fasz tudja.
Seggel hatástalanítottam. Mit lőttök? Hala? Ezek amúgy vélyházak, akik velem vannak-e?
Nem lehet kontrollerrel játszani amúgy. Majd elfaszom.
Tudom. Meg ezt, itt meg azt hiszem, hogy valami faszal út van, ott semmi. Sehol sára. Amúgy ez a mesterlősz egészen hasznos.
Na sziasztok.
Ö,
Ez az első rész. Mondtam, hogy magyar. Egy tutoriális.
Normandy, the beacon is secure.
This is
Request
amazing.
immediate
Actual working Prothean technology. Unbelievable.
It wasn't doing anything like that when they dug it up.
Something must have activated it.
Roger,
Betolt
Normandy.
is.
Standing by.
No, don't touch it. It's too...
We identified the ship that touched down on Eden Prime. The Normandy, a human alliance vessel. It was under the command of Captain Anderson. They managed to save the colony.
And the beacon.
One of the humans may have used it.
This human must be eliminated.
Doctor? Dr. Chakwas. I think she's waking up.
You had us worried there, Shepard. How are you feeling?
end up here? How long was I out?
About 15 hours. Something happened down there with the beacon, I think.
It's my fault. I must have triggered some kind of security field when I approached it. You had to push me out of the way.
Barry.
You had no way to know what would happen.
Actually, we don't even know if that's what set it off. Unfortunately, we'll never get the chance to find out.
The beacon exploded. A system overload, maybe. And the blast knocked you cold. Williams and I had to carry you back here to the ship.
I appreciate it.
Physically, you're fine. But I detected some unusual brain activity. Abnormal beta waves. I also noticed an increase in your rapid eye
Olsak ya
movement.
ne bilmiyorum.
Signs typically associated with intense dreaming.
I saw... I'm not sure what I saw. Death, destruction... Nothing's really clear.
I better add this to my report. It may... Oh, Captain Anderson.
How's our XO holding up, Doctor?
Well, all the readings look normal. I'd say the commander's going to be fine.
Glad to hear it. Shepard, I need to speak with you. In private.
Aye, aye, Captain. I'll be in the mess if you need me.
Sounds like that beacon hit you pretty hard, Commander. Are you sure you're okay?
Did we leave Gunnery Chief Williams back on Eden Prime?
I figured we could use a soldier like her. She's been reassigned to the Normandy.
De gyoba jobb
Williams is a good
klikket.
soldier.
Bal klikket
She
kéne.
deserves it.
Vagy egyszerre?
Lieutenant Alenko agrees with you. That's why I added her to our crew.
Nem egyszerre.
Intel dropped the ball, sir. We had no idea what we were walking into down there. That's why things went to hell.
The Geth haven't been outside the Veil in 2 centuries, Commander. Nobody could have predicted this.
I don't like soldiers dying and...
Adod nem írja le még egyszer, hogy kell csinálni.
Jenkins wasn't your fault. You did a good job, Shepard.
You said you needed to see me in private, Captain?
I won't lie to you, Shepard. Things look bad. Nihilus is dead. The beacon was destroyed and Geth are invading. The Council's going to want answers.
I didn't do anything wrong, Captain. Hopefully the Council can see that.
I'll stand behind you and your report, Shepard. You're a damned hero in my books. That's not why I'm here. It's Saren, that other Turian. Saren's a Spectre, one of the best, a living legend. But if he's working with the Geth, it means he's gone rogue. A rogue Spectre's trouble.
Ne nyugodj meg,
Saren's
karakter!
dangerous, and he hates humans.
He didn't come to Eden Prime because he hates humans.
You're right. Saren has allied
Amikor
himself with the
villog, akkor
Geth.
kell bal klikket, hogy
I
a
don't know
klikket
how.
nyomni.
I don't know why, but it had something to do with that beacon.
Olyan klikket kell nyomni.
You were there just before that beacon self-destructed. Did you see anything? Any clue that might tell us what Saren was after?
Just before I lost consciousness, I had some kind of vision.
A vision? A vision of what?
I
What
saw
sikerült?
synthetics. Geth, maybe. Slaughtering people. Butchering them.
We need to report this to the Council, Shepard.
Jó.
What are we gonna tell them? I had a bad dream?
We don't know what information was stored in that beacon. Lost Prothean technology? Blueprints for some ancient weapon of mass destruction? Whatever it was. Saren took it. But I know Saren. I know his reputation is politics. He believes humans are a blight on the galaxy. This attack was an act of war. He has the secrets from the beacon. He has an army of Geth at his command, and he won't stop until he's wiped humanity from the face of the galaxy.
I'll find some way to take him down.
It's not that easy. He's a Spectre. He can go anywhere, do almost anything. That's why we need the Council on our side.
We prove Saren's gone rogue and the Council will revoke his Spectre status.
I'll contact the ambassador. and see if he can get us an audience with the Council. He'll want to see us as soon as we reach the Citadel. We should be getting close. Head up to the bridge and tell Joker to bring us into dock.
Glad to see you're okay. Commander, I'm glad to see you're okay. Losing Jenkins was hard on the crew, and I'm glad we didn't lose you too.
Yeah, I wish I could have done something to save him.
I was there. You did everything right. It was just bad luck. It's been a hell of a shakedown, Cruz. Our first mission ends. The Citadel Council's not going to be happy about that. Probably use it to lever more concessions out of the Alliance.
You've got a good grasp of the situation. You a career man?
Yeah, a lot of biotics are. We're not restricted. Besides, my father served. I made him proud when I enlisted. Eventually. But is that why you're here? Because of your family?
Couldn't keep me out if you tried. Best way to explore the galaxy is behind a cannon.
Is that how you got here? I heard about Akuz. I bet you had your pick of posts after that. Word is we're heading for the Citadel, ma'am. Can you, tell me why?
The captain hopes the ambassador can get an audience with the council.
Makes sense. They'd probably like to know he's not working for them anymore. Whatever happens, we'll be ready, Commander.
I'm glad to see you're feeling better, Commander.
How did you end up serving on
I
the
enlisted right out of med school. I wanted
Alf
to
hocam.
prove humanity needs the Alliance if we want to keep expanding through the Traverse. And the Alliance always needs...
Ever think you made the wrong choice?
Sometimes I think about opening a private practice back on Earth. Or maybe taking a position at one of the new med centers out in the colonies. But there's something special about working on soldiers. If I left the Alliance now, I'd feel like I was abandoning them.
What do you know about Captain Anderson?
I've served with him for a few tours now. He knows when to let things slide and when to crack the whip. The crew knows he's seen pretty much anything they'll ever run into. And he cares about the people under his command.
How well do you know the lieutenant?
I'd never worked with him before this mission. But he has an impressive service record. Over a dozen special commendations. Tends to keep to himself, though. Maybe because of the headaches. It's not easy being an L2.
What does that have to do with it?
Well, most biotics now use the L3 implants. Lieutenant Alenko was wired with the old L2 configuration. Sometimes there are complications.
What kind of complications?
Severe mental disabilities, insanity, crippling physical pain. There's a long list of horrific side effects. Kaiden's lucky. He just gets migraines.
I should go.
Goodbye, Commander.
I'm glad you're okay, Commander. The crew could use some good news after what happened to Jenkins.
Jenkins was a valuable part of
Part of me feels guilty over what happened. If Jenkins was still alive, I might not be here.
You're a good soldier, Williams. You belong on the Normandy.
Thanks, Commander. I appreciate that.
Things were pretty rough down there. Are you okay?
I've seen friends die before. Comes with being a Marine. But to see my whole unit wiped out, and you never get used to seeing dead civilians. But things would have been a lot worse if you hadn't shown up.
We couldn't have done it without you, Williams.
Thanks, Commander. I have to admit, I was a little worried about being assigned to the Normandy. It's nice when someone makes you feel welcome.
I think you're gonna fit in here just fine, Williams.
Thanks, Commander.
Ez a példakép ember.
Nem tudom.
Meg lehet valahol nézni. Ja, itt van bal oldalt példakép. Gyűjteni kell ezt a pontokat, Christopher. Te szoktad gyűjteni a pontokat? Felvonul.
I'm glad you're okay, Commander. Losing Jenkins was hard enough on the crew.
Good timing, Commander. I was just about to bring us into the Citadel.
Oh.
See that taxpayer money at work.
Is it?
Look at the size of that ship.
The Ascension, flagship of the Citadel fleet.
Well, size isn't everything.
Why so touchy, Joker?
I'm just saying you need firepower too.
Look at that monster. Its main gun could rip through the barriers in any ship in the Alliance fleet.
Good thing it's on our side then.
Citadel Control, this is SSV Normandy, requesting permission to land.
Stand by for clearance, Normandy. Clearance granted. You may begin your approach. Transferring you to an Alliance operator.
Roger, Alliance Tower, Normandy out.
Normandy, this is Alliance Tower. Please proceed to dock 422.
Addig idáig kijött itt a gyász.
This is an outrage! The Council would step in if the Geth attacked a Turian colony?
The Turians don't found colonies on the borders of the Terminus systems, Ambassador.
Humanity was well aware of the risks when you went into the Traverse.
What about Saren? You can't just ignore a rogue Spectre. I demand action!
You don't get to make demands of the Council, Ambassador.
Citadel Security is investigating your charges against Saren. We will discuss the CSEC findings at the hearing, not before.
Captain Anderson, I see you brought half your crew with you.
Just the ground team from Eden Prime, in case you had any questions.
I have the mission reports. I assume they're accurate?
They are. Sounds like you convinced the Council to give us an audience.
They were not happy about it. Saren's their top agent. They don't like him being accused of treason.
Saren's a threat to every human colony out there. He needs to be stopped. The Council has to listen to us.
Settle down, Commander.
Mikor
You've
játszok?
already done more than enough to jeopardize your candidacy for the Spectres. The mission on Eden Prime was a chance to prove you could get the job done. Instead, Nihilus ended up dead and the beacon was destroyed.
That's Saren's fault, not hers.
Then we better hope the CSEC investigation turns up evidence to support our accusations. Otherwise, the Council might use this as an excuse to keep you out of the Spectres. Come with me, Captain. I want to go over a few things before the hearing. Shepard, you and the others can meet us at the Citadel Tower, top level. I'll make sure you have clearance to get in.
And that's why I hate politicians. I can't tell the aliens from the animals.
I understand what you're saying, but these allegations are very serious. I can't just
This is serious. My reputation is at stake. I spoke with the consort in
Végre.
and her alone. Hello there, human. Sincere apology, but I am here on business and cannot be distracted right now.
You seem distressed. Is there something I can do to help?
Alarmed response. You overheard that, did you? This is all going so wrong, and it is the Asari consort's fault. She's the one who started all this.
What did this Asari do to get you so upset?
I cannot speak more about this problem. It is too sensitive. Suffice it to say, she has compromised my authority as a diplomat.
Where can I find this Asari consort?
She is across the bridge from here. Her offices are easy enough to spot. Good day, human. Pleased greeting. Human, it is always good to see your kind. I am Ambassador Kalen. Genuine query. Is there something I can do for you this day?
Why do you explain what you're about to say?
Our people communicate less through words and more through scent and slight movements. Plainly, we discovered our vocal expression was not enough to convey the feelings of our conversations to other species.
Why do you bother, Kalen? These Earth Clan don't really care about our ways.
Remorseful response, Din. You don't truly believe that, and if you do, I am very sorry for you.
Tell me more about your species.
Genuine enthusiasm. I delight in telling the history of my people. It is agreeable to share our culture with others.
Tell me about the history and origins of the Elcor.
The Elcor were just beginning to explore Council space when the Asari first made contact with us. With their help, we discovered the relay closest to our system, and from there the Citadel. Proudly. Within one lifetime we established a regular route to the Citadel, and quickly became one of the more active species living on this great station.
I'd like to know more about the culture of the Elcor.
Frankly, we Elcor prefer the safety and familiarity of our own colonies to the confines of space travel. Our society is built on small, tight-knit groups. Though we are always welcoming to outsiders, our government tends to be very stable. Our people
Még
are
milyen
not
szájú
very
emberre
comfortable
beszélsz,
with
vagy nem tudom
sudden
mi ez.
changes.
What do you do here?
Modestly,
Nem,
I
ez a
work to
fajta.
bring the problems and the requests of the Elcor groups to the attention of the Council.
Ha! They only give us these positions to keep us quiet. The Council doesn't care about our races.
Chastising rebuke. Your tone is inappropriate, Din. This human is not to blame for your malcontent or your misconceived suspicions.
Goodbye, Ambassador.
Sincere farewell. Good day to you, human. Enjoy your time on the Citadel.
Earth Clan, you are in the wrong place, I think. Your ambassador is next door in the large office.
Chastising remark. Don't be so rude, Din. At least introduce yourself.
I am Din Korlak, Volus ambassador. Is there something I can do for you, Earth Clan?
What is this place?
You are in the embassy for the Volus and the Elcor.
Your ambassador is next door, in his own office.
In this shared space, I aid my fellow Volus when I'm not being interrupted.
I'd like to know more about the Volus.
I'm sure our history and culture would bore you, Earth Clan.
Actually, I would like to know more about your history.
My people came to the Citadel shortly after the Asari and Solarians had discovered it. We were instrumental in establishing a standardized galactic economy. However, despite our long association with the Citadel and our many contributions to galactic society, we still do not hold a seat on the council.
Tell me about Volus culture.
Oh.
We are tribal by nature, but our ways are not violent. We barter and trade our lands and tribe members in order to increase status. Larger tribes often engulf smaller ones and eventually split again. Our society is very malleable, and our government is always shifting and changing. Since we're not physically adept, we trade our services for protection.
What is it you do here?
I look out for the best interests of the Volus people. No easy task considering how often we are overlooked by the council.
Chastising rebuke, Din. The council favors your species greatly.
You are naive. The Earth Clan will be invited to the council long before our species will.
Why aren't the Elcor or Volus part of the council?
All species must prove themselves before they join the council. All but the Earth Clans, it would seem.
Dismissive. Ignore the Volus ambassador, human. He is incorrect in his assessment.
Really? How long have we been waiting? How long do you think we'll continue to wait? Bah! This talk is wasted on the humans.
You seem to have a bit of a chip on your shoulder, Din.
You humans are new to the Citadel, and yet the Council has granted you great favor.
Chastising rebuke, Din. Your species has always been granted many concessions. Volus territory has expanded tenfold since coming to the Citadel.
Details. We still have no real say in the decisions that affect Citadel space.
Goodbye, Ambassador.
Yes, yes. Good day, Earth Clan.
Úgy a kis mocika.
Jelenlegi kardozni?
Good day, Commander. The human ambassador is up the stairs, first room on the
Ez követségi recepciós Good Day Commander.
You know who I am?
Yes, I receive reports on all newly arrived dignitaries and notable people.
What is this place?
This is the Presidium. More specifically, if you have more questions, please access Avina.
What's that?
Oh, Avina is the virtual guide for the Citadel. Feel free to access the terminal yourself.
What's your name? What do you do here?
My name is Safiria. I'm the administrative assistant for the embassies.
You seem to be distracted.
The embassies are the hub of all Citadel politics. When you represent trillions of citizens, it tends to get a little busy.
I should be going now.
Have a pleasant day.
Welcome to the Presidium. Allow me to be your guide. Greetings and welcome to the Presidium. My name is Avina, and I am pleased to be your virtual guide throughout this level of the Citadel space station.
So are you a person or a program?
I am a fully interactive virtual intelligence, programmed to provide spontaneous guidance at predetermined locations of interest throughout this level of the Citadel. I may also be contacted through any of the Presidium VI terminals, should you require assistance.
Give me the tour.
You are standing at Presidium Tourism Terminal 1. On either side of this lobby are the embassies of the various Citadel races, along with CSEC headquarters. On the far end of this level, you can see the Citadel Tower, where the Council meets regularly to discuss matters of interstellar importance.
I want to know more about Citadel security.
Citadel security serves as law enforcement for all regions of the Citadel,
Érdekes.
though the majority of officers serve in the wards. Executor Palin, a Turian, is the current head of CSEC, but individuals from virtually every species across Citadel space serve as officers beneath him. If you wish to learn more, Executor Palin's office is located in the CSEC headquarters just across the lobby.
Tell me about the embassies.
Each species in Citadel space important enough to be consulted on matters of galactic politics maintains an embassy on the Presidium. The Volus were the first non-council species to be granted an embassy, roughly 2,384 galactic standard years ago. As Citadel space has expanded, more embassies have been added. The most recently added embassy belongs to your own species, humanity. It was added 19 galactic standard years ago, despite some rather vocal opposition.
Tell me about the embassy.
The most recently added embassy belongs to your own species, humanity. It was added 19...
Why were people trying to keep my species out?
Some species felt humanity was given preferential treatment. It often takes a century or more before a new species is granted an embassy. The Council gave a great deal of thought to this matter. In the end, they decided humanity's impact on Citadel space was significant enough to warrant an embassy.
Do you agree with their decision?
I am not programmed to make that kind of qualified judgment. My code is limited to information and simple interaction.
How come the Volus were the first species given an embassy?
In the early years following the formation, in recognition of their work to expand interstellar trade and establish...
Do you know anything about Spectres?
The term Spectre is derived from the branch of special tactics. Their primary role is preserving galactic stability and resolving volatile situations. In this role, they are granted extraterritorial rights and jurisdictions. Spectres answer to no law or authority except the Council itself.
What can you tell me about the Citadel Council?
Originally, the Council consisted of representatives from the Asari and Solarians, the two dominant species in Citadel space. Roughly 1,304 galactic standard years ago, Turians were invited to join the Council in recognition of the role they played during the Krogan Rebellion. Since then, the three Council races have worked together.
It can't be as simple as that. There must be...
I am not programmed to make that kind of qualified judgment.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, and thank you for using Avina. Please enjoy your visit to the Citadel.
No, hiç beğenmedim.
I can't believe I landed a job here. This place is fantastic.
Human, delighted, welcome. It is good to meet you.
Commander Shepard, I didn't expect to see you here. Did Ambassador Udina send you?
Have we met before?
No, but I know you well enough. I'm Executor Palin, head of CSEC. It's my job to know when someone like you arrives on the Citadel. Was there something you needed, Commander?
I get the feeling you're not too fond of humans.
No, I just don't trust your kind. Not yet. You humans are eager to take all the power you can get, and you're being given a lot. If the Council wants to make humanity their new favorite pet, that's their business. But I don't have to like it.
The Council treats us like second-class citizens. We have to fight for everything we get.
Good. Then fight for it. But don't expect the rest of us to just sit back and let you take it. I'm a busy man, Commander. Are we done here?
What do you know about the Spectres?
They're the right hand of the Councilor, so they're more like the underhanded side of the Council.
What do you have against the Spectres?
I can't abide any organization, especially when it's left up to each individual Spectre to decide when and how to bend the rules.
Sometimes you have to bend the law to keep people safe.
I've been with CSEC for 30 years.
Yeah, right. You expect
There
us
are over
to
200,000 CSEC agents. Some of them are going to be bad. But we don't turn a blind eye to corruption like the Spectres. We do our best to find and punish any officer who breaks the law. Spectres. They'll never come under that kind of scrutiny.
The galaxy needs people like that.
I agree. But they need to be held to a higher standard. They need to be accountable. Saren's out of control. We both know that. But because he's a Spectre, the Council doesn't want to do anything about it. Is that the kind of person this galaxy needs?
But not all Spectres are like Saren.
True. But the potential is always there.
Tell me about CSEC.
CSEC provides necessary police and security services throughout the Citadel. We're a civilian government agency, though many... Of course, as the CSEC representative,
Geçmeni monologum bende.
most of my time liaising between the two. Sorry, Commander. I don't make a habit of giving out details about ongoing investigations.
I'll be going now.
Goodbye, Commander.
Don't believe the rumors. The consort...
You have to be tough with these aliens. They won't respect you otherwise.
What do you want? Oh, Commander. Is there something I can do for you?
Relax, Private. This isn't an inspection.
Right, sorry. What can I do for you, Commander?
What can you tell me about the Asari consort?
Well, she's an Asari who works
You
here.
never went to see her, did you, Fredericks?
No, I never did. I couldn't afford it. It costs half a year's
Can
credits.
you at least tell me where I can
Sure.
find her?
She's across the bridge from
Thanks,
the...
kid. Have fun. Try not to get into too much trouble.
I will. Have fun, that is.
I don't have time to talk now. I'm very busy.
I'm very busy, shit heaven.
Hello, Commander. Can I get you something?
What have you got?
Information, mostly. Would you like to know about some points of interest nearby?
Żeby było to
What's
siatko
going on
wygnie.
around here?
Well, you found the embassies, not much going on here. Across the bridge, you'll find the bank, the Emporium, and Shaira's. If you haven't heard of her, if you need supplies, you can try the markets one level below. For entertainment, I try Flux or Cora's Den.
What is Shaira's?
The consort, she entertains clients who... Most of the diplomats and ambassadors. She's a very powerful woman, but also very respected.
Tell me about Flux and Cora's Den.
Well, Flux has gambling and dancing, certainly more lively than this place. Cora's Den, on the other hand, well, let's just say it's livelier and deadlier, all at the same time.
Goodbye.
So long, Commander. Have a pleasant day.
Amúgy elég nagy plac amúgy. Üzleti negyed.
Fogok kikapcsolni, illetve...
Hallod, Krisz? Nézd meg, Geci, mekkora érészre.
Látom. neked is félig magyar, félig angol.
Aha. Jó volna, legalább van hozzá a magyarosítás. Egy részvényhez. Ahogy nem látom, hogy gyorsabban fogni.
Ebben a játékban nem találom az életerősávot se. Se a staminát. És ki írja vajon? Így se írja ki.
Five times? Why? What do they want?
How should I know? It's not like keepers offer an
Welcome. I am Naylina. I don't Would you like me to see when the consort will be able to meet with you?
Can't I just go in?
I'm afraid not. Yeah, you must understand there are many who seek the consort services. But if you wish to leave your name, she'll make every effort to meet with you.
Commander Shepard, with the Alliance Navy.
Excellent. You should hear something in 3 or 4 months.
Nobody's worth that much of a wait.
Well, that's not for me to judge. I have your name and you'll be contacted. Is there anything else?
What do you do here, Naylina?
I'm one of the consort's acolytes. Many of the people here today will not see the consort, but they expect to be attended to just the same. It's our job to ensure that they leave contented.
What exactly do you attend to?
Well, each acolyte has her unique abilities. Some soothe with song, others with conversation. As much as possible, we seek to match. My specialty is touch. My fingertips can find every tension point in your body and relieve it.
I'd like to try out your services.
Excellent. I'll add you to our client list. We should be able to see you in 3 or 4 months.
Nobody's worth that much of a wait.
Well, that's not for me to judge. I have your name and you'll be contacted.
What is the consort?
It's difficult to explain. Some seek her for advice, some for entertainment, others still for pleasure. Most of the time, our clients won't realize what they were seeking until after she has provided it for them.
You make her sound like some kind of oracle.
No, not in the usual sense. I suggest you make an appointment and see for yourself.
I think I'm done here.
Oh, well, I hope you'll return again in the future. We always...
Naylina.
Yes, Shaira?
Send the commander up to see me. I wish to speak with her.
Yes, of course, mistress. Huh. It appears the consort has taken notice of you. She'd like to meet with you now.
What does she want to see me for?
I don't know. You'll have to ask her yourself. Just head upstairs. She'll be waiting for you.
This is my first time. I can't believe I didn't come sooner.
Welcome. It is a pleasure to see you. You're with the Alliance? My brother's a private back on Earth.
PGA.
I've heard a great many things about you since your arrival here in our citadel.
What exactly do you do?
That depends on your needs. I offer advice to some, comfort to others. I have a certain problem that
Genial.
Egészségedre.
Köszönöm szépen.
Maybe I can help.
I have a friend, Septimus, a retired Turian general. I won't discuss the details, but he wanted me to be more than I could be. We had a falling out. Now he spends his days in Korra's den, drinking and spreading lies about me. If you would speak to him as a fellow soldier, I believe he will listen to you and let the matter be.
What happened between you?
I respect his privacy too much to go into the details. If he wishes to tell you what happened, that is his prerogative.
What exactly do you want me to tell him?
Appeal to his sense of honor. Remind him of his position as a general. If you can convince him to stop spreading lies about me, I would be very grateful. Now I must ask you to take your leave. I have many clients waiting to see me.
I have to admit I'm a little nervous.
I see even the humans find the consort irresistible.
Oh. Jézus, mekkora ez a pálya, genya. Hát úgy hatalmas.
Welcome. In the aftermath of the Krogan rebellions, several embassies petitioned.
Tell me more about the Krogan rebellion.
In recognition of their efforts during the Rachni Wars, the Krogan were granted several new colony worlds by the Council. Over the next 400 years, the Krogan species began to expand. Blessed with an extremely high birth rate, their numbers began to swell. Faced with a critical overpopulation crisis, the Krogan started a violent colonization of nearby worlds inhabited by other Council species. The Krogan rebellions had begun. For a full century, the Council and its member species fought to bring the Krogan under control. With the aid of the newly discovered Turian Empire, they were ultimately successful.
You needed the Krogan to stop the Rachni, then you needed the Turians to stop the Krogan. So who's gonna stop the Turians?
I am sorry, but that question is beyond my programming parameters. The Turians are members of the Citadel Council. They are not a threat to galactic peace.
Why did the Council fight so hard to keep
the Krogan were instrumental in saving the galaxy from the Rachni threat. The Council also hoped that preserving the memorial would improve diplomacy. Unfortunately, the Krogan refused to negotiate, and only surrendered after their population and homeworlds had been ravaged by the Turians.
Sounds like they got what they deserved.
I am sorry, but a value judgment of that nature goes beyond my programming.
What were the Rachni Wars?
Nearly 2,200 years ago, explorers seeking to expand Citadel space, a highly intelligent and aggressive insect race, the Rachni unleashed a war of conquest against the rest of. The emergence of the Krogan finally turned the tide in favor of the Citadel species. The Krogan then pursued their retreating fleets. Able to survive the harsh environments of the Rachni homeworlds, the Krogan hunted their enemy to extinction.
Was it really necessary to wipe them out?
I am sorry, but a value judgment of that nature.
That's all for now.
Thank you for using Avina. Have a pleasant day.
Azt hittem ezért a játék izgalmasabb.
Micsoda?
Hát a Final Fantasy 15. Azt hittem izgalmasabb, de egyelőre futószimulátor.
Who are you?
This one's face name is
Hát itt nagyon harcoltam. Hát nem nehéz őket megölni, akkor se ha
Please
elbaszom.
take time to examine the fine goods it has for purchase, all of great worth.
What exactly do you sell?
Only the finest and most luxurious items that
عندي
credits
بود بكابتشو لك
This one is
بايزي.
able to procure almost any item the human would
I'd
desire.
like to see these rare.
معلش
Oh,
فج
this one is pleased to do so, human.
ايه
You will not be disappointed.
انت كنا ميت.
Why do you refer to yourself as...
For the same reason that humans are so... Specifically, Hanar only refer to themselves in the... And we rarely do so with other species. It is just our way.
Why do you refer...
And we rarely do so with other species.
Who are you?
What?
This one's face name. Please take time to examine the fine goods it has.
Show me your items.
Oh, this one is...
اوكي. ما تتصادق.
What's this? One of the Earth Clan. The tale of how you survived the great tragedy on Akuz is truly remarkable. I am
I get a
amazed each
giant
time
one.
I
You've
hear.
got me at a disadvantage here.
Forgive me, Earth Clan. My name is Barla Vaughn. My job makes
None.
it necessary for me to keep informed. I am a financial advisor to many important clients here on the Citadel. When someone as important as yourself arrives on the station...
Tell me more about your job.
Galactic finance is incredibly complex. A mix of law. I'm an expert in how all these economies interact. I also offer premium services for those clients who need someone to conduct business without drawing unwanted attention.
Sounds pretty shady.
Everything I do falls completely within the bounds of interstellar commerce law. For example, suppose a Hanar ambassador was petitioning the council to reduce tariffs on Hanar goods. How would it look if he had money invested in a Hanar exporting company? Even if his true motives were to help his people, he would be accused of advancing the petition for his own personal gain. I can keep his personal finances private.
Still sounds shady to me.
Then we can only hope you will never be cursed with a large enough fortune to require my services.
What's it like living here on
The station is without a... From the Presidium to the wards, the entire station is a testament...
What makes the Presidium
It is
so
the political center of Citadel space. 80% of all intelligent species in the... But only the most powerful and influential species have embassies here on the Presidium. This level of the station is reserved for the elite, Shepard. People like us.
What are the wards like?
The cultural heart of the galaxy. They pulse with the lifeblood of millions of... You never know what you'll find down in the wards, Commander. It's always full of surprises. Fortunately, most of them are pleasant. Goodbye, Commander.
Itt voltam a bankba. Fellegvár. Legvár. Szárnya. Azt mondja, fellegvár leplezze szerint. Alsószárny. Akkor itt át kell futni szembe. Elméletileg. Ugye nem ide kell lesz a megfélemlítés.
Look at that bug thing.
Please do not disturb the keepers. Welcome to Presidium Tourism Terminal. Behind, to your left, is one of the keepers. You may see keepers involved. The keepers are essential to the smooth operation of the Citadel. Obstructing their daily work will result in harsh penalties, including incarceration and rehabilitation.
Tell me more about the relay monument.
Discovered by the Asari who what is the meaning or no one can say for sure, making the relay monument a
Tell me about the Citadel
housing both the council chambers and access to these areas is restricted to those with the appropriate clearance.
What happens in Citadel Control?
Citadel Control. Every ship within 2,000 kilometers of the Citadel is At peak capacity, they are responsible for monitoring upwards
I'd like to hear more about the
the
council.
business
Néha
of
a
the
játék nem
council,
érzékeli
which
az
often
egeret,
has
ahogy
far-reaching
kimozdítom.
effects on the galactic community, is conducted in a room at the apex of the Citadel Tower. The council chambers themselves are truly a magnificent sight to behold, though few get to experience. Typically, only the councilors, ambassadors, and high-ranking officials.
What if someone has business with the council?
The average citizen must go through the proper channels if they wish an audience with the council. Even then, few are given access to the actual council chambers. In most cases, the ambassador acts on behalf of the citizen.
What happens in Citadel Control?
At peak capacity.
I'd like to...
Typically, only the councilors,
I'm
ambassadors.
scheduled to have an audience with the council.
Only a handful of visitors to the Citadel are ever granted that privilege. I would be jealous, but
What
that is
happens in Citadel Control?
Citadel. At peak capacity. Thank you for using Avina. Have a pleasant day.
The council isn't going to ask me any questions, are they?
I doubt it. We've made our reports. Now we just have to trust Ambassador Udina.
No, we don't, sir.
Saren's hiding something. Give me more time. Stall them.
Stall the council? Don't be ridiculous. Your investigation is over, Garrus.
Commander Shepard, Garrus Vakarian. I was the officer in charge of the CSEC investigation into Saren.
Come across anything I should know about?
Saren's a Spectre. Most of his activities are classified. I couldn't find anything solid. But I know he's up to something. Like you humans say, I feel it in my gut.
I think the council's ready for us, Commander.
Good luck, Shepard. Maybe they'll listen to you. You don't want to keep the council waiting.
The hearing's already started. Come on.
The Geth attack is a matter of some concern, but there is nothing to indicate Saren was involved in any way.
The investigation by Citadel Security turned up no evidence to support your charge of treason.
An eyewitness saw him kill Nihilus in cold blood.
We've read the Eden Prime reports, Ambassador. The testimony of one traumatized dock worker is hardly compelling proof.
I resent these accusations. Nihilus was a fellow Spectre and a friend.
That just let you catch him off guard.
Captain Anderson, you always seem to be involved when humanity makes false charges against me. And this must be your protege, Commander Shepard, the one who let the beacon get destroyed.
The mission to Eden Prime was top secret. The only way you could know about the beacon was if you were there.
With Nihilus gone, his files passed on to me. I read the Eden Prime report. I was unimpressed. But what can you expect from a human?
Saren despises humanity. That's why he attacked Eden Prime.
Your species needs to learn its place, Shepard. You're not ready to join the Council. You're not even ready to join the Spectres.
He has no right to say that. That's not his decision.
Shepard's admission into the Spectres is not the purpose of this meeting.
This meeting has no purpose. The humans are wasting your time, Counselor, and mine.
You can't hide behind the Council forever.
There is still one outstanding issue. Commander Shepard's vision. It may have been triggered by the beacon.
Are we allowing dreams into evidence now? How can I defend my innocence against this kind of testimony?
I agree. Our judgment must be based on facts and evidence, not wild imaginings and reckless speculation.
Do you have anything else to add, Commander Shepard?
You've made your decision. I won't waste my breath.
The Council has found no evidence of any connection between Saren and the Geth. Ambassador, your petition to have him disbarred from the Spectres is denied.
I'm glad to see justice was served.
This meeting is adjourned.
It was a mistake bringing you into that hearing, Captain. You and Saren have too much history. It made the Council question our motives.
I know Saren. He's working with the Geth for one reason. To exterminate the entire human race. Every colony we have is at risk. Every world we control is in danger. Even Earth isn't safe.
We need to deal with Saren ourselves.
As a Spectre, he's virtually untouchable. We need to find some way to expose him.
What about Garrus, that CSEC investigator? We saw him arguing with the Executor.
That's right. He was asking for more time to finish his report. Seems like he was close to finding something on Saren.
Any idea where we could find him?
I have a contact in CSEC who can help us track Garrus down. His name is Harkin.
Forget it. They suspended Harkin last month, drinking on the job. I won't waste my time with that loser.
You won't have to. I don't want the Council using your past history with Saren as an excuse to ignore anything we turn up. Shepard will handle this.
You can't just cut Captain Anderson out of this investigation.
The Ambassador's right. I need to step aside.
I need to take care of some business. Captain, meet me in my office later.
Harkin's probably getting drunk at Cora's Den. It's a dingy little club in the lower section of the wards.
I thought you said he was a drunken loser.
Couldn't hurt to go talk to him. Just be careful. I wouldn't call him reliable.
You and Saren have a history. What happened?
About 20 years ago, I was part of a mission in the Skillian Verge. I was working with Saren to find and remove a known terrorist threat. Saren eliminated his target, but a lot of people died along the way, innocent people. And the official records just covered it all up. But I saw how he operates. No conscience, no hesitation. He'd kill 1,000 innocent civilians to end a war without a second thought.
Killing innocents doesn't end wars. It causes them.
I know how the world works, Commander. Sometimes you're forced to make unpleasant decisions, but only if there's no other way. Saren doesn't even look for another option. He's twisted, broken. He likes the violence, the killing. And he knows how to cover his tracks.
Our ambassador doesn't seem to get along with...
He's just frustrated. The Council's always preaching that we need to be part of the Galactic. They want us to expand and settle unstable regions like the Skillian Verge and the Attican Traverse. But when we run into... Everyone knows it's only a matter of time until we get a seat on the Council. The ambassador just thinks it should happen sooner rather than later. And I agree. But I saw how he operates. No conscience. Everyone knows it's only a matter of time until we get a seat on the Council. The ambassador just
Maybe
thinks...
they'd let us join the Council if we were more willing to cooperate with the other species.
Of course they would. If we did everything they told us to, they'd love to have us on the Council. But it wouldn't be much... I understand their side. They don't want us dominating the Council. It's founded on cooperation and alliances. But we have to look out for our own interests too.
Who cares if we get a seat on the council?
If the council passes a ruling on an interstellar matter, we have to follow it. We don't have the fleet. Once we get a seat on the council, we'll be able to influence those rulings, protect our own interests. No, take this mess we're in now. If humanity had a seat on the council, we'd just send the Citadel fleet out to take care of Saren and his Geth. Problem solved.
You don't think much of Harkin.
The guy joined CSEC, roughing up suspects in custody, bribery accusations, alcohol and drug use.
Guy's a scumbag. He should have been
He
cut
was one of
loose.
the first human CSEC officers. Guess it would have looked bad. A lot of backroom deals were worked out over the years to keep him on the force. But it looks like his time's run out. We've got enough humans in CSEC now to stop protecting him.
I thought this embassy was supposed to help humans.
Harkin may be human, but he's also an ad. If the embassy wasn't protecting him, he would have been fired 15 years ago. CSEC is better off without him.
I want to know more about the Spectres.
They're not your typical government agency. They tend to work alone, behind the scenes. It's not easy preserving peace across an entire galaxy. The Council prefers to use diplomacy and negotiation. But sometimes more extreme measures...
How do they decide who becomes a Spectre?
You can't just apply to join. There's no training program. Spectres aren't made. They're born. The Council's always looking for exceptional individuals. People who can get the job done, like you. They see something in you. They want you on their side. Nihilus was supposed to give them a final recommendation, but with him gone, things are still up in the air.
What's their command structure like?
There is no command structure. Each Spectre answers directly to the Council. Sometimes they're sent on... They tend to operate outside the law, do whatever it takes to accomplish their goals. The Council just turns a blind eye. Spectres
What's their
have
command structure like?
They tend to operate outside the
They
law.
sound like shadow operatives.
Everything about them is classified. We don't even know how many there are, but the Council couldn't do its job without them. They're the Citadel's top agents, the last line of defense, the final option. The entire galaxy respects and fears them. If a Spectre shows up, you know something big is about to happen.
What happens when a Spectre goes rogue?
It doesn't happen often. The Council is careful, but when something does go wrong, there's usually only one solution. Send another Spectre to bring the rogue agent down.
Maybe there's another way to find evidence against
You should
Sam.
talk to Barla Vaughn over in the financial district. Rumor has it he's an agent for the Shadow Broker.
The Shadow Broker?
An information dealer. Buys and sells secrets to the high... He might know something about Saren, but his information won't come cheap.
I should go.
Good luck, Shepard.
Don't be ridiculous. The Volus won't be joining the Council for years.
I'm not so sure. The humans are making a strong push, and you can bet the Volus will be right.
I can't believe the Council ignored all the evidence against Saren.
Saren's one of their best operatives.
I've told you before, you're not allowed in here.
This one believes it has the right to move freely through this area.
That Hanar refuses to listen to reason. Why can't it act in an orderly and lawful manner?
Are there laws being broken here?
I am not unreasonable. The Hanar is free to spew its nonsense once it purchases an evangelical permit.
If you'd like, I could talk to the Hanar for
I have
you.
argued with the stubborn jelly all afternoon. You are certainly welcome.
Do you desire to learn of the Enkindlers? Or has the Honorable CSEC officer enlisted assistance?
What What's going on here?
The CSEC officer requests that this one purchase an evangelical permit to spread the truth of the Enkindlers.
Let me talk to the CSEC officer.
This one would be most...
Any progress with that Hanar?
Sorry, I'll let you
I
know.
don't care what the something is.
Has the CSEC officer been assuaged?
I'll keep working on it.
This one will continue to spread its message. Has the CSEC officer been assuaged?
The CSEC officer is just doing his job. You're causing trouble.
This one is too humble to suggest that the CSEC officer is personally biased. This one only wishes to spread the truth to any who will listen. There is no intent to cause trouble.
What if I purchase the evangelical permit for you?
Finances are only a partial limitation. However, this one also does not possess the 150 credits necessary to purchase the permit.
150 credits.
This is a most appreciated action. You are not of the Hanar. This one will not cause any further trouble for the CSEC officer.
I see the Hanar is left. Thank you.
Happy to help.
Here, for your assistance in this matter. Now, if you'll excuse me, I should report to my superiors.
Most már lehet menni.
In light of the recent attack on Eden Prime, many colonial investors are pulling their support for future projects. Proponents of expanded human colonization insist that Eden Prime was an isolated case. Nevertheless, colonist enrollment has dropped sharply. Many colonial proposals are on hold until backers have some reassurance that human colonies will be adequately protected.
Do you really think we'll find him down here?
He always stops in for a few games of Quasar before he makes his drop.
Fist is gonna be pissed if we take down his supplier.
That's the point. We want him.
How you holding up, Lieutenant?
Not too bad. No headaches worth mentioning lately. Maybe I'm getting used to the strain.
Maybe you've just got a good stress release. I know that knocking the Geth on their synthetic asses gets rid of my headaches.
Get down!
Bring it on.
That's her.
Those were Saren's men.
I guess we're on the right track.
Hello there. Welcome to Moorland's famous shop. You want many good supplies, yes?
Let me see what you have.
Oh, you will be pleased, I think. Very good things I have. You will see.
A Turian az jobb lenne amúgy, most a földre.
Hello there. Welcome to Moorland's famous shop. You want many good supplies.
Let me see what you have.
Oh, you will be pleased, I think.
A Raptor 6. Nem rossz. Ez gépkarabely. Shellways puska, Hammer 3. Ez nem rossz. 2000, vagy mennyi, nem is lehet rossz. Krista, ez már jöttem kurvázni.
Te nő vagy, nem?
Aha.
I got business here, but not with you.
Destination blocked.
Commander. What do you want? I've seen a lot of horrible things in my day.
So if you feel that way, then why spread lies about
She rejected me. Me! Septimus Oraka, General of the Turian Fleet. It's not just any woman I want. Look, kid, I appreciate what you're trying to do, but don't waste your time.
Enjoy your drink, General.
Yeah?
I don't feel right just leaving like this.
Don't waste your time, kid. Run away now, while you still can.
You need to start acting like a general if you want to beat.
I spent all my life No, those days are over. I'll just be what I am. A tired, lonely, worn-out soldier.
Do you really want to be remembered this way?
No, I'd rather not be remembered at all. So you think it's that easy? Just straighten up and...
I don't think it could hurt.
Huh. Maybe you're right, Commander. Shaira's worth the effort. Even if she won't have...
This is no place for someone of your stature, General.
All right, I'll go to her. Say, you're a bright kid. Would you be interested in earning a few extra credits?
What do you want me to do?
There's an Elcor diplomat out there.
Why does he think that?
Because I told him. Look, I just need you to convince him of the truth.
What makes you think he'll believe me?
You'll bring him. Take this data pad. It shows where I got my info. It will exonerate Shaira and convince.
Who am I taking it to? And where is he?
Well, here's to soldiers acting like soldiers. Thanks, Commander. You know, you might make a good general yourself one day.
Hard to imagine a general like that getting so upset.
Not now. I'm watching the show.
Back off, Rex. Fist told us to take you down if you showed up. What are you waiting for? I'm standing right here. This is Fist's only chance. If he's smart, he'll take it. He's not coming out, Rex. End of story. This story is just beginning. Out of my way, humans. I have no quarrel with you.
What was that all about?
Who knows? Let's just try not to get caught in the middle.
Sorry, I'll get to you when I can.
Hey there, sweetheart. You looking for some fun? 'Cause I gotta say, that's so... Why don't you sit your sweet little ass down beside old Harkin? Have a drink. See where this goes.
I'll pass.
Suit yourself, princess. You know, if more Marines looked like you, I might have joined the Alliance instead of CSEC.
Harkin, right? I was told you could help me find someone. A Turian Caesar.
Garrus? You must be one of Captain Anderson. I know where Garrus is. But you gotta tell me something first. Did the captain let you in on his big secret?
Ai, cayó.
Is there something I should know
The captain used to be a Spectre. Didn't know that, did you?
Check
It was all very hush-hush. The first
Firewall.
human ever given that honor. And then he blew it. Screwed up his mission so bad they kicked him out.
Keresett a
Of course,
játék.
he blames
És vele együtt a Steam.
Says the Turians set him up.
Egyébként jó volt a játék.
Unalmas amúgy.
Why'd they kick him out?
Az itt a izgalmas.
Ask him. I never heard any of the details.
You said they covered all this up.
I spent 20
Le is
years
törlöm.
working cases here on the Citadel. People on this station.
Why should I believe a drunk like
Fine, ask Anderson. I bet he tells you. He's too stupid and proud to lie right to your face.
Csalódtam.
Just tell me where Garrus
Garrus was sniffing around Dr. Michelle's
Hmm.
office. She
Azt
runs the
hittem
med
jobb.
clinic on the
How
other
well do you know?
That's probably why he climbed the Alliance.
The captain's
Sure. But if he's so great, why'd the Spectres kick him out? Go ask him about that,
You need to look in a mirror. Sober up and take some.
Save your sermons. This ain't no church.
What's it like working?
Every skim a couple of credits off a drug bust, note in the file. It's a goddamn witch hunt.
You get off easy if you ask me.
What the hell do you know? Every day I plow through enough red
You
tape.
need to look in a mirror.
Save your sermons. This ain't no church.
What do you know about Garrus?
Damn hothead is what he. He'll pay for it soon enough. The executive.
I'm out of here.
Yeah, good. Go. Let me drink.
122 XP. Hú.
The back rooms are private, reserved for Fist and his friends.
What did that other Krogan want?
Personal matter.
Not real chatty, is he?
Who's Fist?
He owns this club, but the customers have to stay out front.
Goodbye.
Enjoy the club.
that really... You're Commander Shepard, the hero of Eden Prime. I am so honored to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
My name is Conrad. Conrad Werner. They say you killed more than 100 Geth on Eden Prime.
I spent most of my time trying to stay alive and help the colonists.
Hey, I know you're probably busy, but do you have time for a quick autograph?
Here you go.
Thanks. I really appreciate it. My wife is going to be so impressed. I'll let you get back to work. But next time you're on Earth, I'd love to buy you a drink. Thanks again.
Yeah.
Hello, Earth Clan. No doubt you've just come back from the colonies.
What colonies are you talking about?
But it doesn't matter where you hail from.
Show me what you've got.
Assassin 6. Nehéz páncélzat. Geci 80 000. Szelvon 1000 sem, bazd meg.
Best place on this ward to buy upgrades.
I don't think you bought this here. I don't sell this model.
Look, I know it was you. I remember your face.
Really, that's impressive.
A klinika. Emily Wong.
Excuse me, I'm Emily Wong. I'm an investigative journalist working here on the Citadel. Could I have a moment of your time?
What do you need?
I've been hunting for evidence of corruption and organized crime on the Citadel, but there are places I can't go. I was hoping you might share anything you find during your own investigation. I can make it worth your time.
Sounds like a good cause. If I find any information, it's yours.
Thank you, Commander. You won't regret it.
Panoráma nézet. Közt nézzünk ki az ablakon?
Mi?
Nézd csak, Geci, hogy néz ki a játék.
Látom. Nem rossz.
Nem kibaszott szép. Most meg az a mod is átesz még egy kis lapáttal, amiket felraktam.
This isn't a station, it's a city.
There must be millions here. It can't be possible to track everyone coming and going.
This makes Jump Zero look like a porta-john, and it's the largest deep space station the Alliance has.
Jump Zero is big, but this is a whole nother scale. Look at the ward arms. How do they keep all that mass from flying apart?
The Council represents more races.
Or maybe they just don't like humans.
Why not?
When they cut it out. I mean,
You don't take much shore leave, do you, LT?
Alright, laugh it up, Chief.
EFSZEK Akadémia.
I didn't tell anyone, I swear.
That was smart, Doc. Now if Garrus comes around, you stay smart. Keep your mouth shut or we'll... Who are you?
Let her go.
Perfect timing, Shepard. Gave me a clear shot at that bastard.
What were you thinking?
There
You
wasn't
couldn't-
time to think. I just reacted.
No, I'm okay. Thanks to you. All of you.
Why were they threatening you? Who do they
They
work
work for Fist. They wanted to shut me up, keep me from telling Garrus about the Quarian.
Does this have
I
anything
think
to
it
do
might. Dr. Michelle, tell us what happened.
A few days ago, a Quarian came by my office. She'd been shot. She asked me about the Shadow Broker. She wanted to trade information in exchange for...
Where is she now?
I put her in contact with Fist. He's an
Not anymore. Now he works for Saren. And the Shadow Broker isn't too happy.
Fist betrayed
That
the Shadow.
Quarian must have something Saren wants. Something worth crossing the Shadow Broker to get.
What else can you tell me about the Quarian?
I'm not sure. Like I said, she wanted to trade information for a place to hide.
She must be able to link Saren to the Geth. There is no way the Council can ignore this.
Time we paid Fist a visit.
This is your show, Shepard. But I want to bring Saren down as much as you do. I'm coming with you.
You're a Turian.
I couldn't find the proof I needed in my investigation, but I knew what was really going on. Saren is a traitor to the Council and a disgrace to
Welcome
my people.
aboard, Garrus.
You know, we aren't the only ones going after
Yeah,
Fist.
we saw him in the bar.
A Krogan might come in handy.
Last I heard, he was at the C-Sector.
What's he doing there?
Fist accused him of making...
Move out.
I never I don't know
I'll be
what...
going now.
Goodbye, Commander. Nice talking to you. Yes, Commander. Is there something
I'll
I
be
can...
going now.
Benyomok mindig rá a goodbye-ra, ember.
Yes, Commander. Is there something I can do
You're a
for...
doctor.
I chose to keep the medical tradition
Let
up.
me take a look.
Of course.
Don't kid yourself. It's even bigger than...
Hey, I know you. You're Shepard, right? I saw the monument at Akuz.
Looks like you have a fan.
I'm sorry, I just never thought I'd meet someone like... It's an honor to meet you, Commander. What are you doing down here in the wards? Anything I can help you with?
Why'd you join?
It's kind of what's... You get to meet all kinds of cool aliens.
How do you like
Like that new club they just opened a few months ago?
What do you know
Just some... But if they were so bad, the Council wouldn't use them, right?
Do you know a CC?
Drinking on the job.
I have to go.
Right. You're probably real busy. Well, see you around, Commander.
És szerintem miért nem lehet gyorsabban futni?
Mert csak azt szalad, akit üldöztek. Nem tudom úgy. De unalmas volt az a játék, meg azt hittem izgő lesz. Hát nem elaludtam amúgy komolyan.
Mely?
Hát a Final Fantasy 15.
Ki is játszottad?
De hogy is. Lehet, hogy ezt el is engedem a gecibe, amúgy ma unalmas van. Nem elaludtam, hát.
Milyen fajta nem van PG?
Hát én... Igen. Én azt hittem, olyan lesz, mint a régi Fantasy, tudod? Nem olyan volt. Az jobban tetszett
Best
volna.
place on this ward to buy upgrades.
Add meg te is amúgy a Legendary Edition-t, azt toljad.
Szerintem lekrekkelem a Final Fantasy X-et. Az a C-be. Az így van.
Ez majdnem jó volt. Úgy beszaladjak oda, bazd meg. Hallod, egy rendes kis családi beszélgetés van rám, mondd bent, bazd meg.
Ja, a Final Fantasy X. Inkább azt játszom.
Azok szaladnék befelemben, nézek oda a bombán. Suti. Jó, ez kell nekem.
Stop right there. Don't come any closer.
Warehouse workers. All the real guards must be dead.
Stay back or we'll shoot.
This would be a good time to find somewhere else to work.
Yeah, right. That's a good idea.
Yeah, I never liked Fist anyway.
I would have never thought of that.
Shooting people isn't always the answer.
I surrender.
Where's the Quarian?
She's not here. I don't know where she is. That's the truth.
He's lying.
You better start explaining before I lose my temper.
The Quarian isn't here. Said she'd only deal with the Shadow Broker himself.
Impossible. The Shadow Broker only works through his agents.
Nobody meets the Shadow Broker. Ever. Even I don't know his true identity. But she didn't know that. I told her I'd set a meeting up. But when she shows up, it'll be Saren's men waiting for her.
Give me the location. Now.
Here on the wards, the back alley by the markets. She's supposed to meet them right now. You can make it if you hurry.
Am I supposed to just forget your part in all this?
Hey, I came clean. I told you about the meeting. Besides, I've got my own problems now. The Shadow Broker wants me dead. I have to disappear. Forget about me. I'm a ghost.
You're not my concern.
Don't worry, you'll never see me again.
Az komoly, jó helyre bújtok el, Hallod, Chris Geci, elbújnak az asztal mögé, úgyhogy ilyen kis egyszerű asztalt tudod, azt el lehet leülni. Félpicsájuk ki leúj.
Did you bring it?
Where's the Shadow Broker? Where's Fist?
They'll be here. Where's the evidence?
No way. The deal's off. This set me up. I knew I couldn't trust him.
Were you hurt in the fight?
I know how to look after myself. Not that I don't appreciate the help. Who are you?
My name's Shepard.
Then I have a chance to repay you for saving my life. But not
The
here.
ambassador's office. It's safe there. I want to see it.
You're not making my life easy, Shepard. Firefights in the wards, an all-out assault on Korra's den. Do you know how many... Who's this? A Quarian? What are you up to, Shepard?
Making your day, Ambassador. She has
Really?
information.
Maybe you better start at the beginning, Miss...
My name is Tali. Tali Zora Naraya.
We don't see many Quarians here. Why did you leave the flotilla?
I was on my pilgrimage. My rite of passage into adulthood.
I've never heard of this before.
It is a tradition among my people. When we reach maturity, we leave the ships of our parents and our people behind. Alone we search the stars. Only
Nem
returning
mennek
to the
vissza,
flotilla
csak
once we have
elhagyják.
discovered something
Ó, hogy
of
vannak
value.
még a hajam?
In this way, we prove ourselves worthy of adulthood.
What kinds of things do you look for?
It could be resources like food or fuel, or some type of useful technology. Or through our pilgrimage, we prove that we will contribute to the community, rather than being a burden on our limited resources.
Tell us what you found.
During my travels, I began hearing reports of Geth. Since they drove my...
I tracked a patrol of Geth to an uncharted
Hallod, Alex?
I thought the
A
Geth fried
Patrik
their memory cores
megjelent
when
a
they died.
házatok előtt, és
Some kind of defense mechanism.
elkezdeni, hogy kidobtak otthonról, be kanizsai kutya vagyok. Akkor befogad?
core was wiped
Tehát,
but I salvaged something
Mi?
from its audio banks.
a Patrik megáll a házad előtt, hogy fogad már be, mert kidobták a szülőbe kanizsai kutya. Hogy csinálná? De fogadnál?
Aha, én lehugyoznám, azt elküldeném valamelyre máshova.
This proves he was involved in the attack.
Mondd rá, hogy te vagy az utolsó reménye.
The conduit must have something.
Wait, there's more.
Mondd rá, már ketten vertek ki, hogy ilyenek.
Prime was a major victory. The beacon has brought us one step
Meg elkérdezi tőlem, amikor belgérdel, elkérdezi wifi jelszót, érted? Meg elkérdezi, van-e dasit. Már éhes.
I don't recognize that other voice, the one talking about
Dasit
reapers.
akar enni.
Adnák neki gatyonasit.
Are they some kind of
According to the memory core, the
De
Reapers
jó
were
is
a
lakta vele.
hyper-advanced The Reapers hunted the Protheans to total extinction, and then they vanished.
Sounds a little far-fetched.
Mondta, hogy alkalmanként meleg.
The vision on Eden Prime. I understand it now. I saw the Protheans being wiped out.
The Geth revere the Reapers as gods, the pinnacle of non-organic life. And they believe Saren knows how to bring the
The
Reapers
Council is just going to love this.
This is a lot to handle.
No matter what they think about the rest of this, those audio
The
files.
captain's right. We need to
Mondta
present
is,
this
hogy a
to the
túró a
Council.
kedvenc étele.
The Quarian. My name is Tali. You saw me in the alley, Commander. You know what I can do. Let me come with you.
I thought you were on your pilgrimage.
The pilgrimage proves we are Saren is a danger to the entire galaxy. My pilgrimage.
I'll take all the help I can get.
Thanks. You won't regret this.
Anderson and I will
Hoppá! Már lettek kurván megint Christopher.
take a few minutes to collect your
Hogy gyűjtögetem a kurvákat a csapatomba, hát. Nézzük. Nem. Jelenlegi csapat. Jaj, értem, szóval így bassz össze a Genyaut. Ja, és itt írja, hogy miben jó.
Hát kurvák.
Technikai erő. És ha Garus is jön, akkor neki meg lesz, hogy is ilyen szintén technikai ereje, meg a sima jó fasza. Na, még elmegyek a Felegvárba, beszélni a bíróságon, és utána szerintem abba is hagytam a Mass Effect-et. Mára.
Excuse me, Commander Shepard. Could you spare a moment of your time? Commander Shepard, my name is Samesh Patia. Forgive the intrusion, but I have nowhere else to turn.
It's no trouble. What can I do?
My wife was a Marine. She was in the 212 on Eden Prime. I've requested that my wife's body be returned to me for cremation, but the military has refused my request.
I can put in a word with the embassy.
The man in charge of my case is Mr. Bosker. When I last saw him, thank you for your time. I just want...
Pedig a Patrik amúgy azt mondta nekem, befogadna téged. Hogyha te odaállítanál hozzá. Megkérdeztem tőle privátban.
Is there something else I can help you with, Commander?
I should be going now.
Have a pleasant day.
Hogy csak nem külden el téged, csak hogy az utcán lakjál, vagy mi? Nem mondtam neki, hogy kidobnának téged a szüleid, vagy ilyenek. Patrik azt mondta, nem külden el téged, befogadna.
Én ráhagyozna egy Patrik bokájára, azt elküldenek.
Szegény Patrik. Hogy
Már-
mindenki utálja most a Patrikot valamiért. Azért miért nem kedd vele? Most mit bőjöttök ma?
Hát beszélj vele, telemkedve ez. Hát nem
Na?
tudom, nekem csak Patrik idegesített.
Buszi is utálja.
Ha.
Vagy csak neki is idegesíti?
Nem tudom. Nekem Patrik azt tudja, hogy idegesített. Én ennyit tudok. Az, hogy másnak meg mi idegesített, ezt már nem tudom.
Hát is amikor Jussi itt volt, beszólt egyfolytában a Patriknak. Jobbra idegesíti a Patrikot. Vagy Patrik idegesíti őt.
Human, delighted, welcome. It is good to meet you. Shepard,
I'll be going now.
goodbye, Commander. Shepard, what can I do for you now?
Tell me about your
Sorry,
investigation.
Commander.
I'll be going now.
Goodbye, Commander.
Sorry, Commander. Goodbye, Commander.
My goodness, you're Commander Shepard. Your activities made for quite a briefing in the diplomatic corps. Is there something I can do to assist you?
Yes.
Ah, Mr. Bhatia. A good man and... Serviceman Nirali Bhatia died on Eden Prime, as Mr. Bhatia no doubt told you. Her wounds are inconsistent with any type of weapon damage we've seen before. That is why her body is being held.
You think that her body might
No,
be
Commander. Nirali Bhatia is not dangerous. Her body is in fact... The tests were... Respectfully, Serviceman Bhatia may save more lives in death than she did in life.
I understand what you're trying to do, but holding the body is wrong.
Commander, you of all people should understand how far we must go to protect humanity.
Soldiers shouldn't have to worry about what their own government is going to do to their bodies.
All right, Commander. You win. Tell Samesh that the body is being shipped back to Earth. I'll go now.
Ho, mennyi példakép pont, kérem szépen. Azért már 2-es példakép pontom van. Ehhez mit szólsz, Christopher?
Nem semmi.
Várj, a többit is tudom fejleszteni.
Hatban kell. Hallod, Alexis, a férfiak teherbe tudnának esni, és a Patrik terhesen várna az ajtódba.
Akkor szállba verni?
Hello again, Commander. Has there been any word?
I reminded Mr. Bosker what we're
Thank
fighting.
you. It does not bring me happiness.
Plusz 160 XP.
Azt mondja, hogy kiszögatni jöttem, azt ott alszik. Ez csak 7 hétig.
Rájöttem, mellékfőréket is csinálni kell, nem?
Nem ismerem a játékot ennyire.
Come on. Udine is presenting the Quarian's evidence to the Council.
Eden Prime was a major victory. The beacon has brought us one step closer to finding the conduit.
And one step closer to the return of the Reapers.
You wanted proof? There it is.
This evidence is irrefutable, Ambassador. Saren will be stripped of his Spectre status, and all efforts will be made to bring him in to answer for his crimes.
I recognize the other voice, the one speaking with Saren. Matriarch Benezia.
Who is she?
Matriarchs are powerful Asari who have entered the final stage of their lives. Revered for their wisdom and experience, they serve as guides and mentors to my people. Matriarch Benezia is a powerful biotic, and she had many followers. She will make a formidable ally for Saren.
I'm more interested in the Reapers. What do you know about them?
Only what was extracted from the Geth's memory core. The Reapers were an ancient race of machines that wiped out the Protheans. Then they vanished.
The Geth believe the Reapers are gods, and Saren is the prophet for their return.
We think the conduit is the key to bringing them back. Saren's searching for it. That's why he attacked Eden Prime.
Do we even know what this conduit is?
Hú, de kurva ragadt nő sétál az utcába.
Saren thinks it can bring back the Reapers. That's bad enough.
Listen to what you're saying. Saren wants to bring back the machines that wiped out all life in the galaxy? Impossible. It has to be. Where did the Reapers go? Why did they vanish? How come we found no trace of their existence? If they were real, we'd have found something.
I tried to warn you about Saren and you refused to face the truth. Don't make the same mistake again.
This is different. You proved Saren betrayed the Council. We all agree he's using the Geth to search for the conduit, but we don't really know why.
The Reapers are obviously just a myth, Commander. A convenient lie to cover Saren's true purpose. A legend he is using to bend the Geth to his will.
50,000 years ago, the Reapers wiped out all galactic civilization. If Saren finds the conduit, it will happen again.
Saren is a rogue agent on the run for his life. He no longer has the rights or resources of a Spectre. The Council has stripped him of his position.
That is not good enough. You know he's hiding somewhere in the Traverse. Send your fleet in!
A fleet cannot track down one man.
A Citadel fleet could secure the entire region, keep the Geth from attacking any more of our colonies.
Or it could trigger a war with the Terminus systems. We won't be dragged into a galactic confrontation over a few dozen human colonies.
I can take Saren down.
The Commander's right. There is a way to stop Saren that doesn't require fleets or armies.
No! It's too soon. Humanity is not ready for the responsibilities that come with joining the Spectres.
You don't have to send a fleet into the Traverse, and the Ambassador gets his human Spectre. Everybody's happy.
Commander Shepard, step forward.
Üdvözlök, Phantom már!
It is the decision of the Council that you be granted all the powers and privileges of the Special Tactics and Reconnaissance Branch of the Citadel.
Spectres are not trained, but chosen. Individuals forged in the fire of service and battle. Those whose actions elevate them above the rank and file.
Spectres are an ideal, a symbol, the embodiment of courage, determination, and self-reliance. They are the right hand of the Council, instruments of our will.
Spectres bear a great burden. They are protectors of galactic peace, both our first and last line of defense. The safety of the galaxy is theirs to uphold.
You are the first human Spectre, Commander. This is a great accomplishment for you and your entire species.
I'm honored, Counselor.
We're sending you into the Traverse after Saren. He's a fugitive from justice, so you are authorized to use any means necessary to apprehend or eliminate him.
Any idea where to find him?
We will forward any relevant files to Ambassador Udina.
This meeting of the Council is adjourned.
Congratulations, Commander.
We've got a lot of work to do, Shepard. You're going to need a ship, a crew, supplies.
You'll get access to special equipment and training now. You should go down to the C-Sec Academy and speak to the Spectre Requisitions Officer.
Anderson, come with me.
És hajléktalan, hamarabb beengedni, mint a Patrickot?
Családom úgy van, igen.
Tényleg? Hát megint Patrick-el.
I thought the ambassador would be a little more grateful. He didn't even thank you.
Legalább a hajléktalan nem pisil maga alá, Patrik fog maga alá, ugyanúgy.
A székre pisil a Patrick, figyelek. Azt mondta nekem múltkor, hogy felnőtt pelenkát szokott hordani.
Fiú. Szóval ha belepisál, akkor meg ott ugrál benne, vagy?
Ha.
Phantom bónusz. Ez igen. Most mit szólsz hozzá, hogy Phantom lettem?
Ja, tényleg ezt vártam tőled.
De ne van, itt le is mentem a játékot. Köszi, aki nézte ezt a kis live részletet. Ali.